Welcome to 4 Movies, where I will be discussing 4 movies that have something in common. But what they have in common, I know, but do you? If you do, say it before the end of this video, because at the end of the video, I will be saying what they have in common. And if I say it before you say it, then no one's going to believe that you knew what in the world you were talking about. And I want you to have that. If you do have that, let's go. If you don't have that, then wait till the end of the video. I'm going to tell you what these have in common. And if you like movies and physical media in general, like this video, subscribe. I'm going to be showing off my physical media collection. I do a video a day. Yeah. Here we go. This is going to be a good one. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a good one. Oh man, yeah. Oh, super fun. All right, let's go. First movie. Bam. Congo. Based on the book by Michael Crichton, who also wrote Jurassic Park, and he also directed Runaway with Tom Selleck, and he directed this movie called Coma that I got a VHS copy of recently, but I've never seen the movie, so I gotta watch it. But Congo, super fun movie, and it's like Amy Good Gorilla. It's got the it's like some the Planet of the Apes movies had way better effects. Yes, they did. This isn't that movie. This isn't that kind of movie. It's one of those things where it's like, this movie is entertaining, and was it Lindo? The guy's name's Lindo, I think. Something Lindo is in there. I enjoyed his characters. So like each character in this movie has such. It's so fun to see them in there, and the beginning sequence of this movie is what sold me on it, because I was just like, oh, it's so good, yes, and just fun, and it's basically Lindo's character is funny because he's like a warlord in Africa, and he's like Ernie Hudson's also in here, and but Lindo's character is like, don't have my crab cakes, or that's horrible. I sound like a weak Arnold Schwarzenegger saying that, but I'm not trying to imitate his voice. He just has a deeper tone than I do. But anyways, great seeing him in there, and Tim Curry's in there also. Super fun movie. Like I said, the way that it plays out, there's a diamond that this communication company is looking for. The diamond that they're looking for to basically run stuff, and then there's a laser and stuff like that, and then it's like they have to go there. They sent somebody in there, but then the troop mysteriously disappeared. There's lost communication, so they have to send somebody else in there to rescue them. And to do that, they also hook up with a doctor and his monkey that he is taught to speak with a hand, with a hand cranked little thing there, where it sits there, and as it signs, it speaks it out. So it's like, Amy Good Gorilla, please, Amy, like, good job. And so the monkeys are done with suits. There's no real monkeys in there, because of the fact, like, it's just for acting reasons. So like, yeah, suck it up. You're here for the story. And Ernie Hudson is one of the guys that they hire as the tour to basically, like, the guide to bring them in there and whatnot. And Joe Pantoliano is in there as a little cameo and stuff like that. And it's a fun movie. They go in there. Tim Curry is also looking for something that he's funding the mission to drop off the monkey in their natural habitat, because there's something the monkey has seen that he is looking for, and he wants to find it. And so they go in there, and it's one of the things where they, like, what are we doing right now? It's like, we're jumping out of the plane. It's like, why are we jumping out of the plane? Why aren't we landing? It's like, we're going into an active war zone. We're jumping out of the plane to get there. We're not landing there. They will shoot us down right when we land. They will shoot us when we get off the plane. So they go in there, and then they find things, and there's bad gorillas, and like I said, fun movie. Saw it in theaters. My dad took me and my brother to go see it in theaters. I was thoroughly surprised. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Second movie. Bam! The Man with the Screaming Brain. If you haven't seen this, it's basically, it is campy. I'm gonna tell you right now, there is a bit of camp to it. If you're not one of those ones that enjoy good bad movies, this is not for you. But if you enjoy good bad movies, like I recently on was it Prime Video, I watched this movie called Bystanders. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, but it was like cinematography bad, concept interesting, acting pretty bad, but I was entertained with it. So thanks for making that. It was fun. And basically, this movie is fun as well. It's comedic. It's basically what happens is there's a guy who gets hit over the head, and then a mad scientist basically gets the body, and he's like, this half of the brain is good, and this half of the brain of this other guy is good too. And so he puts the two brains together, and the person is back, but he can also hear the other brain talking, and he's got to figure out what in the world happened. It's like, who bashed him over the head and made this happen, and he's got to figure out what's going on, but at the same time, like, like I said, there's goofiness that happens where one's trying to take control, one's in control, but one's taking over control, and he's got to fight amongst himself. Fun movie. Ted Raimi is also in this one. Fun. And then, boom! Army of Darkness. Yeah, Army of Darkness. Fun movie. If you haven't seen it, it's basically it's like the third part of a trilogy. An odd trilogy as it might be, a fun trilogy nonetheless. And like I said, the character basically gets sent back to medieval times and has to try and get himself out of this horror comedy. Like I said, it's so fun. Like I said, I enjoy dark comedies, and this falls under that category for me because of how, like, it's just super fun. Like I said, it's one of those things where it's like the comedy is just slapsticky, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. Like I said, it affected me as a child, where it's like, after seeing it, it was funny because I made a few films with my brother where it was me essentially chasing him with a camera, where it was just like, oh no, the evilness is chasing me, and so it was like, we did one at my grandmother's house. It was so fun, and I had put pieces of tape over the camera so that it made it look like it was widescreen. Oh man, it was super fun. And that was because of this movie, where I was just like, oh cool, oh yeah, because I was one of those kids that was like, hey mom, can I use the video camera? And so I'd be like, yeah, and then I'd be over at my dad's, I'd be like, hey, Sally, can I use the video camera? And he's like, yeah, and I was like, so I'd just use I'd always have a camera. Like, what's Wade doing? He's out filming something. Most of the time, it was, if my brother was there, it was mostly a video with like my brother versus some plush animal. But fun stuff. Enjoyed it thoroughly. Yeah, like I said, Army of Darkness, super fun movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely see it. The ending was changed by the studio because in the original ending was more to key. The original ending was more to key with, which is funny because if you read the backstory on the original ending, like the original ending, it was like, I want this there, and so they did some. It was like, hey, you have this model in your office. Can I grab that model? Okay, cool. Oh, you got this model in your office. I grab that model, and basically put that all in there, and then it's like, we're not going to use that ending. Like, where's the models at? Yeah, we don't. We used them already, and they're done. So, original ending was more like Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2 is an ending. If you didn't know, Army of Darkness is Evil Dead 3. Because Evil Dead 2 goes into that. Now, Evil Dead 2 is essentially a comedic remake of Evil Dead. Evil Dead was a drive-in hit. Like, people at the drive-ins loved it. It was epic. It was a lot of, like, if you ask, okay, movie's super fun. Do you know what these movies have in common? If you don't, I'll let you know right now. Ted Raimi is in 3 of these movies. Ha ha! And Bruce Campbell is in all 4 of the movies. Bruce Campbell is at the beginning of Congo. Like I said, seeing him in the beginning of Congo, I was like, oh, what? Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool to see him in there. But, and then, like I said, although I think I have some trading cards from Congo. That's pretty cool. And, anyways, Army of Darkness, super fun. Evil Dead would be like I said, one of my faves is dark comedy. This would be darker than Army of Darkness. Like the comedy and horror stuff is darker. It's more of a horror comedy than a comedy horror type deal. Whereas this is super fun. Just there's a scene where everything starts laughing at him, like he's in the house, like just losing his mind, and then like, oh, the deer head on the wall looks at him, starts laughing, everything starts laughing, and then like it just stops, and then like it's so interesting and well played and dark. I love how dark the comedy was and stuff like that in tone, not in visuality, where it's like, so you can see everything. It's well played, but super fun movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely see it. If you like horror movies, yeah, this is every horror fanatic should know about Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. Oh man, I actually found there was a place I would go to and they had VHSs and whatnot, and I was like, oh man, it's so cool. And I found a copy of Evil Dead VHS, and I think maybe Evil Dead 2. I don't think I've had Evil Dead 2. I found Evil Dead, but it was damaged. It had like dirt in it, broken, stuff like that. I was like, oh man, but that was cool to see. I was like, anyways, thanks so much for watching. Tune in tomorrow. If you've watched this far, well, how far are we? Okay, we're far enough. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I do a video a day because I'm till I get a silver play button, or I get a gold play button if I'm lucky, or if I run out of physical media to show you. But I do have a lot of physical media to show you because I am an artist and physical media collector. So these movies all had Bruce Campbell in them, and so that's cool. There is like a half clue to tomorrow's video, and I have so much fun doing this. But like I said, if you watch this far, you're awesome. Stay awesome, and I'll see you tomorrow. Like, wow. Like and subscribe, please. If you like movies and you like me, rambling on. Did I push it? I pushed it. I didn't do nothing. No. Oh, did I want to turn off? Wait, what's that?